on some of the money being used to put in infrastructure so that people start the building. They can't finance it all through a bank. That may be a grant that you give that gets paid back, but it's the seed money to cause more development. We're in an area that needs development because there's a housing demand and nobody was building otherwise, and this is to meet that demand. And so there's nothing specific on the table for either one of those districts in terms of what the developers are doing out there. No discussions have taken place, to my knowledge. This is just doing the groundwork to set up the TIF districts. So there's a plan for the central, Otterburn Central, and there's a plan for the Otterburn Darby, and they're generic in nature, and they comply with the statute to say anything that the statute would allow you to spend the money on is what it could be used at this point. It hasn't been narrowed down in any way. So one of the first things I need you to do is to consider both of these plans and make a motion to adopt both economic development plans. One for Otterburn Central, one for Otterburn Darby.
Start with Otterburn Central.
I move for the consideration and approval of the Otterburn Central economic development plan.
Mouthful.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? And then the economic development plan for our Otterburn Darby area.
I make a motion to approve the economic development plan for the Otterburn Darby area.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
The next two resolutions and the final two matters to be considered in this meeting are resolutions 2025-0904A and B. One relates to Otterburn Central, one relates to Otterburn Darby. And as we go through all of the meetings that we're having tonight, Central always, when there's one for each TIF district, Central will always be first and Darby will always be second. I was trying to stay consistent when I was assembling the stuff and numbering these resolutions. So what these two resolutions would do is create the TIF districts. And if you flip back like 3 or 4 pages, you'll see a map for each of the districts, and that shows you the area to be denominated the residential TIF district for each of those. But we've got to identify an area that this TIF assignment will be made to, and these resolutions, the Redevelopment Commission designates areas, and then the Plan Commission in the next meeting is going to consider these areas and presumably approve it, and then the Town Council is going to consider the resolution designating the RDC's resolutions designating the 2 TIF districts that were approved by the Plan Commission, in approving the resolution that approved the resolution is what it'll be like when we get to the county or the Otterburn Town Council meeting. But anyway, so those are the areas. That's the areas that we've been talking about this whole time. It talks about the creation of a TIF fund for each of the 2 districts. The Tippecanoe County Auditor's Office is going to assist with one, with the Otterburn Central. Then the county auditor is going to assist with the creation of the other, and the funds as they're collected, they will do the distribution back into the TIF fund. So that's supposed to work. And then the money will be spent by the RDC and probably approved by the Town Council, but it's kind of one and the same for your purposes because of your membership. So we need motions to adopt resolution 0904A and 0904B designating the 2 areas as TIF districts.
Make a motion to accept the resolution number 2025-0904A.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
And then, I'm gonna send around, oh, sorry, but you. Yeah, myself here.
I'll make a motion to accept 2025-0904B.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
And then I'll pass around 2 copies of the resolutions, one for your records, one for mine. We'll get those signed, and we adjourn. And that was all that, and then if the audience has any questions or comments or concerns about the residential districts, they should be heard as well before you adjourn.
Okay. Any concerns while we're signing?
I don't have any chats with Sarl, partner in the READ section, but I don't have any issues with TIF. I was just curious. So once it's established, the tax baseline is established, right? So anything below that or existing still goes back to schools and.
Correct, yes,
So everything above now will just go automatically into TIF, correct?
for 20 years.
For 20 years, okay?
Actually,
And then if it's not spent, I just am learning this in another town, if it's not spent, then it reverts back to all of the taxing districts.
Got it.
Town of Goodwin is up against the clock on one of their TIF districts, and I'm not sure if all of that's gonna get spent before their 20-year anniversary.
No, I think it makes sense with the wastewater improvements that we said a couple months ago.
do I need our printed name too, or just our sign name?
I'm not sure if I have to record this, so yes, please print your name below your signature, especially if that.
One question, I guess, the exhibit A, on the road for A, there's already one house built there. Is that lot included in this? Or?
If it was, any improvements added since January 1st, 2025,
So no, it's already.
because it hasn't been assessed yet. That's the next assessment is gonna kind of set. It'll be the difference between what exists now assessment-wise for January 1st, 2025, and starting in January 1st, 2026, what's been added.
Okay.
So this
That has
got
not been
passed,
assessed.
this got passed before that got assessed.
Okay, so it will be.
It'll be captured.
Okay.
And I don't know if you heard what I told Amy, but if you could print your name below your signature, please. The record, if it got recorded, and this actually will be recorded because it's going to establish a territory. So that the public can go to one place to see what that territory looks like and get a copy if they want. The recorder's office requires that the signatures have your name printed below.
I also crossed those out and just put number.
Okay. So,
We're not issues other than me.
Or these is one of these central.
No, the first 2 were central, the second 2 are.
what do we do?
I got it. So it's
I guess Matt Brown was
We got the
supposed
second one.
to be
That was
here.
supposed to be. But
So I think that we would have had enough.
So there's really nothing we can do at this point.
We have to have this. So,
We all need an order, but we can't vote on anything.
what's his ETA?
Step out and call and see while they're signing.
Yeah, we may need that, I mean, we're gonna need that. Who, are the other 3 members not
Here's
here?
a Jake couldn't be here.
Did you call the last meeting?
Not yet, they're still signing.
Yeah, and the papers.
Linda, do you want to print your name underneath this?
Oh, sure, sorry.
So while they're still doing that, did you, you saw my email about the contract for the property that's on the tower?
Yes. What's the name of the company?
I don't know. Derek.
Iron Mountain Towers.
That's it.
Good news is he said it's 5 minutes out. He didn't call me because he had it in a week.
Hey, glad to hear that.
You know,
And we basically amounts to $9,000 a year. So,
For 50 years, it's been the
yes. And every 5 years it'll go up. 5.7% or something. 7.5%, something like that.
So they need to, is it their tower or the town stuff?
It's their tower.
So they're on town land, but they must
Correct.
on there. Yeah, I mean, okay, that doesn't, I see the indemnifications. You know, mutual. Understand?
Do we have anything else?
No, I think we're ready to adjourn the EDC. Or RDC, sorry.
RDC.
And we're gonna have another meeting on, September. October 2nd.
That's the first meeting in October.
The redevelopment commission members need to meet on October 2nd at 5 PM.
5 p.m.?
5 PM. And the nature of that meeting would be to special meeting at the public hearing and passes a confirmatory resolution. So what you just did, that resolution you just did in my world is called a declaratory resolution. For each TIF district, you declare that that area is going to be a TIF district. And now it gets advertised in the paper and the public is told you're contemplating confirming that. And to come on October 2nd at 5 PM. And then you'll take up that same thing again and confirm it in the second resolution. And that's a TIF district. That's after due process, after public notice and a hearing and public input.
Okey dokey. Anything else? Need a motion to adjourn at 5:48.
Sure.
Second.
Or-
Brad and Craig. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.